His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, the president of the current session of the Arab Summit, received a written letter from the Palestinian President, chairman of the Executive Committee of the Palestinian Liberation Organization, Mahmoud Abbas, in which he thanked His Majesty's leadership of the extraordinary session of the Arab League Council at the summit-level Palestine Summit recently held in Cairo, exemplifying the unity of the Arab ranks to confront dangers. In his letter, President Abbas valued His Majesty's important speech, which included many fundamental issues and emphasized Bahrain's firm and steadfast position in supporting the steadfastness and survival of the Palestinian people on their homeland as a legitimate right, mobilizing Arab and international support for the reconstruction plan for Gaza without displacing its people, holding an international conference to provide Arab and international funding for its implementation, and supporting the state of Palestine's endeavor to assume its responsibilities in Gaza. He also praised all forms of support for the steadfastness of the Palestinian people and the provision of humanitarian aid to the Gaza Strip, and highly appreciated Bahrain's endeavors in all international forums to support the legitimate national rights of the Palestinian people to freedom and independence in a sovereign state with East Jerusalem as its capital. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa ratified and issued Law 10 of 2025, ratifying the agreement between Bahrain and the United Arab Emirates on encouraging and protecting investment after the approval of the Shura and the Representatives Councils. The law states that the agreement between the governments of Bahrain and of the United Arab Emirates on encouraging and protecting investment, signed in Dubai on February 11th of 24, and accompanying this law, has been ratified. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa chaired the weekly cabinet meeting at Qudaibiya Palace. The cabinet highlighted the importance of the extraordinary session of the Arab League Council Palestine Summit held in the new administrative capital Cairo, Egypt, and co-chaired by His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and President of Egypt Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. The cabinet highlighted the key points of His Majesty the King's address at the Palestine Summit, reaffirming Bahrain's commitment to Arab unity and the advancement of Arab values, particularly the principles of moderation and forgiveness, which are fundamental to fostering peaceful and prosperous societies. His Majesty's address also reiterated the Kingdom's commitment to a comprehensive and just peace, as outlined during the Bahrain Summit. This follows a report from the Minister of Foreign Affairs, which was reviewed by the Cabinet. The Cabinet emphasized the solidarity and values of the Bahraini community, which remain central to Bahrain's achievements. The Cabinet also noted the role of the holy month of Ramadan and its measures in fostering societal bonds, embodying the deep-rooted values of Bahraini tradition. The Cabinet then approved the following memoranda. One, submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Legal and Legislative Affairs on a draft law to ratify the agreement between Bahrain and Saudi Arabia on eliminating double taxation on income and preventing tax evasion and avoidance. Another submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Legal and Legislative Affairs on a framework agreement between the Civil Service Bureau and government agencies to document, organize and improve quality management systems. A memorandum submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Legal and Legislative Affairs regarding the government's response to 3 proposals submitted by the Council of Representatives. The Cabinet then reviewed the following: a memorandum submitted by the Minister of Foreign Affairs on the developments within the Ministry's priorities under the Government Programme 2326, and another submitted by the Minister of Foreign Affairs regarding the National Plan for Human Rights 2226 and its progress until 2024. Additionally, the Cabinet noted the following ministerial reports: the Kingdom's participation in the 58th session of the UN Human Rights Council, Bahrain's participation in the GCC Ministerial Council at its 163rd session, Bahrain's participation in the meetings of the GCC Ministerial Council along with the foreign ministers of Arab countries, the Kingdom's participation in the extraordinary session of the Council of Foreign Ministers of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, the 12th edition of the Bahraini Farmers Market for the 24-25 season, the official visit conducted by the Minister of Transportation, Telecommunications to Qatar, and the UN General Assembly's adoption of Bahrain's initiative to designate January 28th as the International Day for Peaceful Coexistence based on a Bahraini draft resolution. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince, Deputy Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa yesterday hosted a Ramadan iftar banquet for senior BDF officers. Upon arrival, His Royal Highness was received by the BDF Commander-in-Chief, Field Marshal Sheikh Khalifa bin Ahmed Al Khalifa. Also present were the National Security Advisor, Commander of the Royal Guard, Lieutenant General His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Royal Guard Special Force Commander Staff Colonel His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Chairman of the Board of Trustees of the Isa bin Salman Educational Charitable Trust, Chairman of the Board of Directors of Temkeen, His Highness Sheikh Isa bin Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, and His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa. His Royal Highness was also welcomed by the Minister of Defence Affairs, Lieutenant General Abdullah bin Hassan Nuaimi, the BDF Chief of Staff, Lieutenant General Thayyib bin Saqar Nuaimi, and senior BDF officers. His Royal Highness affirmed the BDF's ongoing progress in combat readiness and its contributions to Bahrain's development, attributing these achievements to the unwavering support of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces. He also expressed pride in the BDF personnel's vital role in fulfilling their national duty to safeguard the kingdom. He acknowledged the many sacrifices made alongside the armed forces of allied countries, noting that these will remain embedded in history. On the occasion of the holy month of Ramadan, His Royal Highness exchanged best wishes with the BDF Commander-in-Chief and senior officers, expressing his hopes for continued security and prosperity for the kingdom, the Arab world and the Islamic nation. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince, Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, yesterday visited the Majlises of the late Ali bin Yusuf Fakhru, the Rahama and Al Mudayfa families, and advisor to His Majesty the King for Media Affairs, Nabil bin Yaqub Al Hamar. During the visit, His Royal Highness said that Bahrain's ongoing development is testament of the solidarity of its people, whose collective efforts have contributed to the kingdom's comprehensive development, led by His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa. He said that Bahrain's strength lies in the strong partnership between its institutions and individuals. This spirit of collaboration continues to support a resilient and cohesive society capable of turning challenges into opportunities that further enhance the kingdom's development. His Royal Highness also noted that Ramadan Majlises reflect the deeply rooted values of Bahraini society, including fostering unity and strengthening social bonds. He reaffirmed the government's commitment to advancing infrastructure projects in line with the highest standards. This includes accelerating the development of key road networks to improve traffic flow and overall connectivity in Bahrain. He commended public sector employees for their dedication and professionalism in driving Bahrain's development forward, contributing towards the kingdom's aspirations. The hosts of the Majlises expressed their gratitude for His Royal Highness' visit, acknowledging his commitment to engaging with all Bahrainis. They extended their best wishes for Bahrain's continued progress and prosperity under the leadership of His Majesty the King. His Royal Highness was accompanied by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Minister of Finance and National Economy Sheikh Salman bin Khalifa Al Khalifa, and senior officials. His Royal Highness the Crown Prince Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa issued Edict 17 for this year on transferring human resources and financial directors from all ministries to the Ministry of Finance and National Economy. The decision was based on the proposal of the Minister of Finance and following the Cabinet's approval. The following individuals shall be transferred from government entities to the Ministry of Finance to assume the position of Director of Human Resources and Finance under the Assistant Under Secretary for Shared Financial Services. Sarah Anis Mohammed Louwaihi, Supreme Council for Environment Executive Body. Mozon Abdelaziz Ghouloum El-Majid, National Bureau for Revenue. Sheikha Maram bint Rashid Al Khalifa, Survey and Land Registration Bureau. Latifa Abdullah Tarish El Dosari, National Communications Center. Mariam Fouad Abdurrahim Kamal, Bahrain Institute of Public Administration. Wishdan Ahmed Abdullah El Ben Ali, Real Estate Regulatory Authority. Manal Ali Yusuf El Doi, Bahrain Authority for Culture and Antiquities. Sheikh Ahmed bin Isa bin Ahmed Al Khalifa, Urban Planning and Development Authority. Abdurrahman Ismail Mohammed Al Husani, Legislation and Legal Opinion Commission. Munira Mubarak Al Fadl, Information and E-Government Authority. Amira Jafar Akbar Ali, Education and Training Quality Authority. Janan Abbas Musa Hussein, Ministry of Information. Ahmed Ali Ahmed Ajaj, Ministry of Social Development. Fajr Yusuf Muhammad Salah, Ministry of Health. Nabil Rabi' Muhammad Rabi', Ministry of Industry and Commerce. Ali Abdulaziz Abdurrahman Murad, Ministry of Justice, Islamic Affairs and Waqf. Sharifa Ali Ahmed Al Hajiri, Ministry of Labour. Layla Hassan Ahmed Ali, Ministry of Finance, National Economy. Rashid Salah Abdullah Al Jalahma, Ministry of Oil and Environment. Maryam Isa Ali Muhammad Awad, Ministry of Youth Affairs. Fatma Abdulaziz Al Ahmed, Ministry of Cabinet Affairs. And Naif Abdulaziz Muhammad Al Fadl, Ministry of Shura and Representative Council Affairs. The Minister of Finance shall assign the directors mentioned in Article 1 to oversee human resources and financial management in any government entity in the Kingdom. They shall be subject to the regulations governing shared financial services employees, provided these do not conflict with the nature of human resources functions. The executive and legislative authorities held a joint meeting to continue consultation on the state's general budget for fiscal years 25-26. The Speaker of the Representatives Council, Ahmed Al-Musallim, affirmed the legislative authorities' commitment to support government programs that benefit the nation and its citizens, considering financial conditions and public interest. He stressed the importance of thoroughly discussing budget visuals to support economic growth, maintain financial stability, create opportunities for citizens and achieve national goals. The chairman of the Shura Council, Ali Al Salah, said that constructive discussions between the two authorities on the draft general budget reflect a commitment to cooperation and coordination, supporting financial and economic sustainability and advancing national interest. He praised the proposals from both executive and legislative members, aiming to reach consensus on the draft budget while ensuring the continuity of development projects that align with citizens' aspirations. The Minister of Finance, National Economy, Sheikh Salman bin Khalifa Al Khalifa, emphasized the importance of continuing to build on the productive cooperation between the two authorities, benefiting the country and citizens. He said that this cooperation aims to achieve the objectives of the comprehensive development process led by His Majesty the King, with the follow-up of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince Prime Minister. The government team emphasized their commitment to achieving national and citizen interests by maintaining positive economic growth while meeting fiscal sustainability targets to enhance the development process, create opportunities for citizens, and improve the efficiency of directing support to those in need. The team reviewed priorities and projects of government ministries that are proposed for inclusion in the draft state budget. Under the patronage of His Majesty the King and the continuous follow-up and directives of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince Prime Minister to inaugurate and rehabilitate mosques in all governorates of the country, the President of the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, Sheikh Abdurrahman bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Khalifa, inaugurated the Al-Bushiriya Mosque in East Head, built at the expense of the Bushiri family. The President emphasized Bahrain's pride under the leadership of His Majesty with the follow-up of His Royal Highness in serving places of worship and to showcase their vital role in spreading virtue, knowledge and the values of brotherhood. He praised the concerted official and private efforts to serve, develop and invest in endowment projects to achieve sustainability and growth for places of worship and charitable projects. The President expressed happiness at the inauguration of the mosque during this holy month of Ramadan and congratulated the Bushiri family and all residents on this occasion. He prayed to Allah Almighty to bless this mosque and to grant success to those in charge of it to serve religion, the nation and society. He also praised the role of benefactors in building and caring for the houses of worship based on the charitable and giving spirit that the people of Bahrain are known for, stressing that Bahrain is proud of these generous contributions. The Urban Planning and Development Authority noted that defining urban development zones in Bahrain aims to promote sustainable urban planning and regulate balanced urban growth. This initiative aligns with the Ministerial Decision 788 of 24 concerning the subdivision of land designated for development, which aims to enhance infrastructure development and strengthen public-private sector partnership. The authority said that the Ministerial Decision 217 of 2025, which prohibits land subdivision in certain areas where infrastructure facilities are unavailable, incomplete or insufficient to support the requested subdivision, is temporary. The restriction will be lifted once the underlying reasons are resolved, ensuring that land subdivision and urban development processes adhere to clear standards that enhance the urban environment and provide comprehensive infrastructure. The authority said that an approved mechanism is in place to assess each subdivision request individually, ensuring alignment with development requirements while maintaining flexibility to support urban projects. A specialized team has also been formed to review and respond to subdivision requests within 5 days, accelerating procedures and supporting investors and real estate developers. The Coast Guard has arrested 4 fishermen of different Asian nationalities and seized their boat after attempting to collide with the maritime patrols and fleeing the scene. The fishermen were caught shrimping during the shrimp catching ban. The boat was stopped near the western area of the Bahrain. When the patrols asked them to stop for inspection, they tried to collide with the Coast Guard vessels to run away. The patrols managed to arrest them and prohibited trawling nets. They were seized from the boat. Legal proceedings were now taken to refer the case to the public prosecution. The Coast Guard asks seafarers to follow maritime patrols' instructions when they are asked to stop for inspection, noting that they should also adhere to fishing ban rules and avoid using prohibited fishing tools to limit overfishing and illegal and unorganized fishing to protect the marine environment and wildlife. For the third consecutive year, the General Directorate of Verdict Enforcement and Alternative Sentencing, in coordination with the beneficiaries of alternative penalties, distributed Ramadan baskets to families benefiting from the Open Prisons program in all governorates. The distribution of these baskets is part of the Ministry of Interior's keenness to promote the integration of beneficiaries of alternative sentences into the society, develop their citizenship values, and reinforce the principles of the Islamic religion of giving and charity. This initiative, which is an extension of the charitable works and humanitarian initiatives inherent in Bahraini society, reflects the spirit of social solidarity, supporting groups in need, reflecting the noble values that characterize Bahrain.